Hi, my name is Cody Thomas. I'm with GlassRenu. I want to welcome you to Restoration Revolution. This is going to be a multi-part series we're doing for windowcleaningresource.com. It's going to be completely focused on the business of restoring glass. Topics are going to range from everything from removing scratch damage, fabrication debris issues, how to remove graffiti from glass, so pretty much any kind of restoration that needs to happen. We're going to be talking about it. Today's topic is the science of scratch removal. Okay, scratch removal has been around for about 25-30 years, and unfortunately up until several years ago it really wasn't figured out. Okay, there were all kinds of problems based upon one misconception, and that misconception is that you have to use water anytime you grind on glass or abrade glass at all. The problem is that when you introduce water into the scratch removal or glass restoration process, okay, with any type of grinding apparatus, you run into issues that will create optic distortion. Most window cleaners out there, most window technicians will tell you that, scratch removal can be done, but it always leaves the glass distorted. We have figured out a process and a methodology that allows you to restore the glass without leaving it looking like a funhouse mirror. Today we're going to be talking about how to do that. Today's topic is the science of scratch removal. Okay, essentially there really isn't too much to it. It's pretty basic, it's very simple. What we're going to do in all scratch removal techniques is we got a piece of glass with some kind of surface damage on it. We're going to grind the surface of the glass to get the surface from where it was to the bottom of the damage and create a new surface. Alright? There are two methods basically out there. There's a wet method using water when grinding, and then there's a dry method. The wet method creates lensing. Okay? I'm sure everyone who's seen this video at some point or another has come across a piece of glass that had been someone tried scratch removal on, and they noticed that there was kind of a funhouse mirror effect where the damage used to be. What happened is that when they were trying to take that damage out using water, if here's the pad that they were using on whatever grinder they were using, as the water came in, okay, so the water flows through the pad onto the surface of the glass, and what ends up happening, two things. Number one, you get a big mess as the water is ejected all over the place, and two, the glass ends up distorted. The reason the glass ends up distorted is actually pretty basic. If you talk to any kid who's ever ridden his bike in the rain, he's going to tell you that the first thing that happens when you introduce water into a rotating mass is that it gets ejected at a 90-degree angle. He's not going to say it like that. What he's going to say is he's going to say you're going to get a rooster tail up your back. Alright? So, if we take that same bike wheel and lay it flat, and we've got a disc where water's coming from the middle of the disc while the disc is rotating, what's going to happen is that water is going to be ejected at a 90-degree angle, okay, to the rotation of the disc. So as the disc is rotating, the water is going to go out. Well, as that water is being accelerated out to the edge, what you're going to find is that the water is going to accelerate faster in the middle, and it's going to pick up speed as it goes, and you're going to have a large portion of that water residing on the outer edge with less water as you move towards the middle. What that means is that the abrasive material at the edge of the disc has a harder time making contact with the glass. Okay? The center is making great contact, and because of that, it's removing more material. So if you've got a rotating disc that's removing more material in the center of it than on the outer edge, okay, what that's going to do is it's removing more material here than it is over here and over here. We've all seen that shape. That's the shape of a lens. No different than your contact lenses or glasses or any other parabolic lens, I guess. As light goes through, what happens is the light is going to get bent where the lens is. It's going to go straight through the other areas, and this is very discernible to the human eye. So, how do we remove the damage from the glass without creating a lens? At least, how do we do it without creating a lens that the human eye can pick up? The trick is do it dry. So here we are, we're looking at a piece of glass with a scratch, okay? If we're going to do it dry, what we're going to need to do is be able to consistently and evenly remove the glass down to the bottom of the damage. Okay? Once we've done that, what we'll see is that the glass, when light travels through the glass, it will maintain that straight pattern. This is how we get rid of optic distortion. The reality is that most damage is 0.001 inches deep or less. Or I'm sorry, 1 to 0.005. Is that right? Okay, 5. Sorry, I'm not good at writing upside down. Anyway, we're talking about, removing the amount of glass that is usually less than the thickness of a business card. So what we want to do is we want to remove it evenly, remove it consistently, and once we get that damage out, then stop grinding the glass and start polishing it back to like new. So that's basically it. That's the methodology that we're going to use over the next few shows to show you how to take scratches out of glass, ranging from hard water stains to fabrication debris, or it could be, construction damage. We're going to talk about stucco and concrete damage. We're going to talk and show you how to remove acid etch graffiti, scratch tag graffiti, basically how to restore any surface of glass to like new. Part of this series, though, to make it as valuable as possible for all you guys who are watching it right now, is we definitely want you to post questions on the forum. Ask us what you, bring us pictures, bring us examples of what you're seeing out there so that we can make this series as useful for you as well. Again, my name is Cody Thomas. This is the first episode of Restoration Revolution, and I look forward to seeing you later.